Hello, everybody, and welcome to SnarkALec Radio, episode 77. That was very firm and with conviction that I said 77. With us tonight, as always, Mr. Kelly Toole. Kelly, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, everybody. It's Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter.
That was it? No? Okay. That was a little bit of a letdown of an introduction, so we're hoping that our very special guest tonight can give it a little bit more. Bronwyn, introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, hello. I'm the token Canadian on for the evening. You can find me on Twitter at ShinyBabyB or at bringoutyourgeek.com, where I have a little show and occasionally talk comics.
That's right, everybody. She is not American, so if you're having difficulty understanding her, it's the language barrier. See? I don't know what she just said. It sounded like terrorist talk to me. And with the news, we have Tony Solo. Tony?
Oh, well, first of all, Bronwyn, you made it sound like we always have a token Canadian on here. You're the first ever Canadian we've ever had on here. So
Tony, I am the token Canadian, though. So until you have me on your show, how could you possibly have a token Canadian?
Okay. So anyway, let's get on with the news. I didn't get any birthdays from Laura yet, so we'll hold off on
Tony, she actually did send a note. Jay Myrtleada's birthday is September 3rd.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not see that. Did she do that from her BlackBerry?
She did not. She sent it via Google Plus, as a matter of fact.
Oh, she did. Oh, that really stinks. Anyway, getting on with the news, so I guess Jay had a birthday. Way to fuck things up there, Laura, and send the birthday notifications to everybody.
So the September I mentioned, Tony, the September 3rd I mentioned would be the September coming up in a few days, so his birthday actually hasn't happened yet.
No, we are time traveling, remember? The show was supposed to be on the 18th of August.
That's going back in time.
I just want to know what happened to the 5-minute rule.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I thought people were, what Kelly was piping up about. And anyway, so Dylan Knows. Dylan Knows is going to be on Saturday this week. And he's going to be talking about some stuff that nobody really cares about. But it's going to be around 4 o'clock because he was not actually 100% sure when his show is going to be, but it's going to be on Saturday. He said around 4-ish, and he's going to be talking about the fall and a project that he's going to be working on and Robin Williams and things of that nature. So that covers what Dylan is going to be doing and covering. There's a movie on Sci-Fi on Saturday, which is August 30th, which is not the 18th and not on Myrtleada's birthday, which would be Saturday. And that's a movie called Bait. It's a premiere on Sci-Fi. It's not a sci-fi movie, but it is a premiere. And again, Z Nation, the series pilot is going to premiere on September 15th, which is a Monday. If you go to the Sci-Fi schedule, it says High Moon series premiere. High Moon is the name of the episode, okay, but it is actually the Z Nation series. And the thing that I'm kind of scared about with this is if people are watching Sleepy Hollow already, and the show is going to be on Mondays, wait, hello? There's something strange going on, Kelly.
Wait for it.
Kelly? Kelly, what did you do, Kelly? That looks like Laura Norman to me.
It does.
It
But I
doesn't
did do it then, Tony.
So, Laura, I kind of just bad-mouthed you because you sent the birthday notification to everybody. And can you hear us? Oh, you might be muted, Laura.
Yeah, the actual email from Laura Norman, Tony, came to you and I.
Oh, okay.
To clarify. So the whole September after August is throwing you, the whole did you get an email or not, but It wasn't via the BlackBerry either.
Well, I saw the email. I just didn't notice that it went to you also, because Laura was supposed to be popping in as a surprise just to call you a dickweed and then hang out.
Surprise!
But then when Laura sends the birthday email to Kelly too, that kind of just ruins the whole fucking surprise. Okay, and we're past 5 minutes. Just. Hi, Laura. Can you say something? Wait, Laura, you're muted now. You have to unmute. Hold on. Yeah, you're muted. You've got to unmute yourself, I believe.
I can
Unmute
read lips.
Yourself is a good band name.
Kelly is awesome. I can read lips. Hang on. Kelly is awesome. Tony really needs to back off of.
Yeah,
Kelly.
now I can hear you.
No, I can go back to mute.
No.
Okay, dickweed.
I defended you today, Laura. At a rare moment, I defended you.
You did.
Yes, I did. Somebody on this show was besmirching whether you sent the communication or not on birthdays.
Well, the whole idea was... Go ahead, Laura. So
I actually sent that before you sent me the email, Tony.
Yeah, and I didn't realize you sent it to Kelly, but the whole deal was I was supposed to say something about not getting the email. Then, of course, Kelly would normally jump in and say something about, oh, her BlackBerry's a piece of shit. And then Laura was supposed to pop in, call you a dickweed, and then hang out for the show. And Laura's her BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
And you know what a BlackBerry is, right?
You can read that, right?
Canadian.
What is a BlackBerry?
BlackBerry's a Canadian company.
Not for long.
Congratulations on using our tech.
You must be so proud.
So proud. That's why I use a Google phone.
Oh boy. Anyway, so so we were talking about when Laura came in, the High Moon series premiere. It's not High Moon, it's Z Nation. It's going to be on Mondays. Hope it doesn't get in the way of the Sleepy Hollow, because guess what? Bye bye Sleepy Hollow, if that's the case, because Z Nation looks like it's going to be pretty good. So. And to end up the news, Kelly, do you have a boo of the week?
Oh gosh, so that's hard because there was a mass exodus from mirrors. There wasn't many folks to begin with, and there was a boo in there early, but it was, it's called Mirrors, and there's obviously a lot of good pun opportunities there. But then I think in preparation for the show, there was quite a bit of email going around, a little bit of country trash talking between our Canadian guest and then the rest of us, and I believe at one point I did tweet out something along the lines of encouraging Tony not to knuckle under. Which,
yeah, that was a highlight for me.
And, which really was a stretch to get Canuck from Knuckle.
It worked, and so Mr. Solo booed that with some vigor, and so I think that in honor of our guest, we'll take a Canadian boo, which I guess, is there like an umlaut over one of the O's in a Canadian boo?
No, just a little A at the end.
Just a little boo-ah. Boo-eh? Boo-eh. Okay. So the boo-eh of the week goes to Mr. Tony Solo for booing Knuckle under.
Yeah. And I have a boo of the week, and a yay of the week, a tweet of the week. During that same movie, Mirrors, at one point, Scott McDonald 3 tweeted out, I pushed info for this movie, and it said, change the channel. And that's what we did. So kudos to Mr. Scott McDonald 3 for that tweet.
Absolutely.
It made me
only good tweet of that whole freaking movie.
Yeah, it was probably the best. Oh, and it was on again, I think, yesterday. I turned on Sci-Fi before Face Off, and I saw Kiefer Sutherland like writhing around on the ground, and I was like, really, Sci-Fi? I mean, it sucked on Saturday. It's not going to be any better today.
So are we at the same kind of risk for this bait thing? Could this be another?
I don't know, but I see. Mirrors was a theatrical release, and I saw that T. Scott Brayboy had tweeted out before the movie came on that he saw it actually in a theater, and he almost, committed suicide afterwards. So who knows? I haven't heard of anybody seeing this movie.
I think my favorite movie review that I've ever read might apply in this context. Maybe this person needed to see this particular movie. It was something along the lines of, I saw this movie so that you don't have to. If you watch it anyway, I will hunt you down and punch you in the throat.
That is a little bit extreme, but I can understand it.
Good work for Mirrors. It fits. It's good.
Yeah, and when it comes to certain bad movies, like if you're watching on YouTube or you're catching on TV with commercials and it's really bad and you stick with it, sometimes when it gets to the end, you could always say to yourself, wow, at least I didn't pay $2.99 to watch it on Netflix or, Amazon. $2.99.
Twice. Paid $2.99 twice.
Twice. And that brings us back to
$2.99 American, Bronwyn.
Go loony with that. Loony, eh?
So I guess we'll get into it, but what do Canadians use for currency? Is it a barter economy? Is it?
I thought they had beads that they put on strings.
You wish. Our money is just so much cooler than yours. You guys can't even handle it.
Yeah, you got is it see-through and stuff?
It is. It's see-through. It's plastic, brightly colored, and it's awesome coins. We have a glow-in-the-dark dinosaur quarter.
A glow-in-the-dark. Now I want to go to Canada. We may have to change this whole theme of peace talks and crap.
Yeah.
If you can show me a glow-in-the-dark dinosaur quarter.
Pretty awesome.
You probably should have kept that, no pun intended, in your pocket, Bronwyn, towards the end to kind of be the big finishing move. Yeah.
Bam! Dinosaur quarter.
Dinosaur quarter glows in the dark.
Wait. Hey, Bronwyn?
Yeah.
Claimed. So, has Dylan ever claimed you? Because if he hasn't, I just claimed you.
Oh, really? And what would claiming entail?
Well, we'll get to that later, but you've been claimed. Dylan never got around to it.
A labor exchange situation going on here.
No. But
not sounding creepy at all.
A little bit of animosity between the shows as far as guests going back and forth. Oh. So, you appeared on Dylan's show before you came on SnarkALEC Radio show, so he may want to say that we stole his guest, but you've been claimed.
Okay.
Not only by me, but by the United States of America. So, just remember that.
All right.
Told you there'd be a twist. Hey, Mike?
Yes.
Can I fist you now?
Tony, you can fist me all night long.
See, now there's a different direction.
Yeah, there is no fisting on Dylan's show, and I've been on it twice. So if you guys have been fisting and not, holding out on me, I'm really, really disappointed. I'm coming back for a third show, and if I don't get fisted on the third show, if I don't get fisted for Halloween, I'm going to be really disappointed.
You know what? Break out the blue sequins and we'll talk.
All right. Well, on that note, we should take a quick break. You are listening to SnarkALEC Radio on Live 365's Loud and Loaded station. I am your host tonight, Mike, joined as always by Kelly and Tony, with our very special guest, Bronwyn, and our surprise guest who didn't get a proper introduction. Please introduce yourself with your Twitter handle, Laura.
I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. Laura_Norman9.
There you go. And Kelly's what?
Dickweed.
And we'll be right back.
That never gets old. We'll be right back.
And we're back. I'm your host, Mike. With us tonight, as always, is Tony Solo. Special guest Bronwyn. Special guest Laura. Dickweed Kelly. Kelly, since the last couple episodes we didn't get to properly get into the egg, can you explain the egg for us?
Or I could be a dickweed and just say no. Yes, I'll be happy to explain the egg tonight in honor of our guest. Our egg tonight is the Upper Dakota egg, because I can basically head this whole conversation off, because what I have here is a map of North America. Let's see if we can actually pull the camera up. I know this will be great radio for the folks listening to it, but it's a map with USA with an exclamation point, and then the blue section above, which I have named Upper Dakota, and we'll come more to that later. And then there are, and you may look hard, there are little dots. Laura, I would have added you as a dot had I known you were joining us, but there's little red angry faces on the East Coast, which are Tony and Mike, a friendly face in the Midwest, which is me, and a friendly face in Upper Dakota, which is Bronwyn. So we have that. And so when we make Canada Upper Dakota, Bronwyn, I do think, because while I was unaware of Tony's United States government representation, but I do also carry some responsibilities, and instead of adding a star, we'll do a little white maple leaf for Upper Dakota. So, and you can kind of decide on the rearrangement of how we make 51 of these things fit up in the field of blue.
Well, and that's okay. You guys can call us Upper Dakota, although you'll have to get in line. That's kind of been done, considering we used to be Upper Canada and Lower Canada. There's a whole thing there that maybe you're unaware of, because I know that our history kind of gets... Would Lesser Dakota
work better for you?
I'm going to go with Greater Dakota would be pretty awesome.
Okay. Well, we can work.
And then, we can work on what we're going to call you guys, because, of course, we'll have to translate the map into Canadian, eh? Right?
We already know what we're going to call Kelly. We're going to call him Dickweed.
Just for you.
But before we get into the peace talks, because there's some negotiations we got to.
Before that, did you want to say some stuff about it?
I still think what we're going to call you guys in Canadian, eh? I think I'm going to probably go with Lower Nunavut.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to know something? You're assuming that you guys are going to actually win the war or win the negotiations.
I do assume that history would repeat itself.
What history? What was the last time we got invaded?
The last Canadian War, I forget.
I think it's in its bicentennial right now. It might have been the War of 1812.
Oh, you sided with the British. Yeah, they lost that one too, didn't they?
No, they really didn't. Considering we kept all our territory, it was kind of awesome. We even have a chocolate company named after a heroine from that war.
Well, you kept
heroin in that war? That's horrible.
Yeah, really.
You have really good heroin in Philadelphia.
Actually, the Trenton is supposed to be the heroin capital of the East Coast, is what I've heard.
Wow. You know what?
Go to Laura
We'll
Secord
take
for
them out.
chocolate.
I'm coming for you, Trenton. Your heroin is better than ours, all right? Philly pride.
So we'll be having the great heroin debate next week on SnarkALec Radio.
Oh boy!
Now I got to go to Wikipedia and read about the War 1812. When was that?
it was actually in 1895.
Okay.
Right after the Civil War.
And you can also spend some time looking up what color Napoleon's white horse was.
And who's buried in Grant's tomb while you're at it.
Exactly.
While Kelly's doing all that, before we get into the serious negotiations, did you want to talk a little bit about A House Is Not a Home?
Oh, yes. Snark across the...
Dude, I did there, though? Wait. Awesome-ass host.
Yes.
I managed to bring us back to the topics in the order they were supposed to be in.
That's right.
Right?
Even after we were derailed by that Canadian chick.
That's what they do. They confuse you.
Cookie or something, Mike?
Cookie. Yeah, so on Sunday, now I've met Mike before. I see Mike once a month or something like that. So
yeah, I should say I see you pretty frequently. You're like, I've met Mike before. You've done shows from my house.
Yes. So I run into Mike at least once a month, if not more. And sometimes if I'm in the neighborhood, I'll just pick them up and drop them off at home anyway. So we went down to Delaware.
I don't drive.
On an invitation from Mr. Webb. And I went down with my daughter. Mike came down with his lovely wife, who drives like Mario and freaking Andretti, and Myrna. And there was a theater inside an office building. And how many people do you think that thing held, Mike? Maybe 200, 250 tops?
Yeah, I was going to say a couple hundred.
So Gerald Webb brought his movie down to Delaware. He had people from high school. He had family. He had friends. There was other actors there. He packed the place out, and it was a phenomenal time. If you think Gerald Webb is a nice guy, I mean, nobody in the place had a bad thing to say about him. He was really nice. I think we both liked the movie. Is that
I enjoyed the movie, so I feel like that would be inaccurate. Assuming you liked it.
Oh no, I definitely did.
What a ringing endorsement that just rolled out of Mike.
In Canada, we call this damning with praise.
Well, no,
movie.
I didn't know. It seemed like a weird question because I felt like we had actually discussed it a little bit, and I thought we were both on the same page.
Well, we were definitely both on the same page. We left there. I enjoyed it. My daughter enjoyed it. It did leave you asking a couple of questions, and my daughter and I talked about it the whole way home, an hour drive. I spoke to Mike about it a little bit when I saw him at his office during the week, and definitely on the same page. I can't wait for it to come out. Can't wait for you guys to see it so we can talk about it and then, ask Mr. Webb a couple of other questions about the movie. But he was very gracious. He was very nice. And Kelly, did you Photoshop yourself into that picture?
We're the crack ads administrative services team here at Von Tool Manor has not gotten to that yet, but we will.
So this is how nice Gerald was. He pulled me out of the crowd. He was like Tony. He grabbed Mike. He grabbed Myrna. He grabbed all the SnarkALecs that were there. And I said, hey, dude, can we take – he took 3 or 4 pictures. All the pictures are up on Gerald Webb's Facebook if you want to see them. But we asked him if he could take just one more picture with the space between him and Mike so we could Photoshop Kelly in because he couldn't be there. And he's like, yeah, sure. We'll CGI it, So it was really cool, and he's really nice. And hopefully he'll come back east again, and we'll get a chance to hang out.
Gerald's a great guy, and the movie was really good. I'm excited to see it come out. And I don't want to give anything away because I know it's still early. They've just done a couple screenings of it. But the frontal male nudity was done so tastefully in this film.
And I am going to say that Mike must have nodded off during the movie because all of the frontal male nudity was done with clothes on. So I missed it. But
no, I think you got up to go to the bathroom during that part.
Oh, I did. I did get up to go to the bathroom at one point. But, I mean, if I was going to rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd definitely give it like an 8.5 stars. And then afterwards, when you find out that he shot the movie in 8 days, then you got to give him another at least full star because to produce what they did in 8 days was phenomenal.
Those are 8 American days, by the way, Bronwyn.
In which time zone? Oh yeah, time zones are Canadian.
Yeah, that's right. You do like metric time though. You got like 10 minutes to an hour, right? Something like that. 10 hours in a day.
Do you even know what metric is? It's this wonderful base 10 conversion. Join us.
All I need to know.
And you want to know what one of the best things that we ever got out of Canada was? They're the ones that invented what they call photo radar. Okay, where if you're speeding and a machine catches you speeding, it snaps a picture like our red light cameras. Their photo radar can get you for speeding, and there's not even a cop there to pull you over.
Oh, that's
probably get that picture sent to your phone.
The phone at all.
Well, most of us could get that.
That was a good one.
Sorry, Bronwyn. I was going to say, most of us could get that photo sent to our phone, except maybe one of us. Laura Norman?
But they don't even have the photos out in the middle of the cornfield, so shut it.
That's true.
She put you in your place there, Mr. Kelly.
Yes, she did.
Well, I agree with Tony's assessment of the movie. If I was going to give it a star rating on a scale of 1 to 10, it's definitely root beer.
And okay, so and the creepiest thing that happened was
Mike.
So yes, exactly, because my daughter's going to be 17 in a couple of weeks, so she's 16. She's got a fascination with Terrence Zudanich, and if you don't know who he is, do you guys know who Terrence Zudanich is? Devil's
Canada.
Sorry. Has he been exported yet?
Mike knows or it has been acquainted with Mr. Zudanich. I don't want to say that they are friends, but Mike, why don't you tell the people who he is?
He's a musician and a film scorer and writer. He has done, I guess, Repo, the Genetic Opera, is his most popular project, but he had done a film. Yes.
Oh!
Okay, that was his.
Okay.
Do you know Terrence then?
Yes.
American Terrence.
I mean, we have him, but you know his stuff.
Hilton's face fall off? Oh. Done and done.
So, Terrence was one of the early guests on Loud and Loaded, and we're working on having him back because the second part of his continuing Devil's Carnival project is going to be coming out, and apparently Tony's daughter is a fan. So we're firing Tony. We're replacing him permanently on the show with his daughter. She seemed fine with this plan. It was Kelly's idea. And Tony's daughter is going to come with my friends and I when Terrence comes back through Philadelphia for a screening of his film.
Sounds like a plan.
And I was like,
you've been replaced by a younger model.
well, you see now, if she was here, she would have been sitting next to me tonight, and I would have let her give you her opinion on the film, and you know, she liked it, but the creepy part was Kelly saying, Mike saying, "Don't worry, Tony. Your daughter can come with me and my friends to go see Devil's Carnival when it comes around." And I was like, "No, she's not going with you and your friends." And
Why is that creepy?
Kept on telling my daughter, "Don't worry, Brianna. You can come with me and my friends to go see Devil's Carnival." So my daughter gets home and tells my wife, "Guess what? I'm going with Daddy's friend Mike to go see Devil's Carnival." And my wife turned around at her and looked at her and said, "Yeah, just as long as Daddy is one of Mike's friends, that's going." You know?
That's fine. I mean, you're gonna hold her back a little when we hit the bars afterwards.
Right. And we were texting back and forth, and I'd be like, "Yeah, so me and Mike and his friends are going to the bars. We're dragging a 17-year-old with us," and I'd be like, "Yo, Brianna, don't tell Mommy Daddy's talking to the bar sluts," you know?
And on that note, it's time for a break. You're listening to SnarkALec Radio.
I like Las Vegas drunk Tony. Hey, let's go. We'll be back on SnarkALec Radio, Live 65, Loud and Loaded, Bar Babes.
No, bar sluts.
We took a break. Everybody shut up.
By bar slut, he means Mike.
And we're back. You're listening to SnarkALec Radio on Live 365. Loaded. Kelly, Tony, Bronwyn, Laura, bar sluts.
Mike,
no,
going to
hey,
see
there's a comma in there. Can you? There's a comma in there because you went Laura, Bronwyn, bar sluts like you were.
I know. I noticed that.
I'm sorry.
Cool.
I'm sorry, but we are not slut shaming here on SnarkALec Radio.
Wait, is that A like the letter or A like the Canadian phrase?
6 of 1.
Do you have a dozen in Canada, or is it 10?
We care about Mike's feelings, so there will be no slut shaming in my presence.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mike, I will say you do cut a fine figure as a nun. I'm going to have to be honest about it. I was impressed.
You made a better nun than I made a doctor.
You're a fine Tom Baker as well, Bronwyn. So.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I really feel like what sold the nun outfit was the beard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That and the paper bag, drinking. That was kind of awesome.
Yeah, and I would definitely go see the Devil's Carnival with Mike if he was dressed as Sister Mary Dirtbag. If he was dressed as Sister Mary Dirtbag, I would definitely go see, and that's for Scott McDonald. He wanted to know what I was drinking. I'm drinking Canadian beer.
Yeah, I wish. Okay, so at some point, Tony, we're going to have a sit-down, and we are going to talk about good Canadian beer.
Okay, well, this was the one that said Canadian.
Maybe you can pick up some bar sluts with that Canadian beer. I'm sorry.
Look, me and Mike can do what they want on their own time.
Okay. So at this point,
Judith and I will drink to that.
at this point, we're supposed to meet Bronwyn, but I think we've already met her. So I think we need to get on with the peace talks here.
I mean, I have a suggestion right off the bat, and I'm just going to lay my cards on the table, and I think I brought it up before. What if, to avoid this whole nasty conflict that we know is coming, you guys just take Detroit as Canada South?
No. We have to give them Michigan.
You guys have been trying to offload Detroit for a long time.
Listen. My only caveat to that, though, is we keep Insane Clown Posse.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, wait, hold on. We need to have a sidebar here, Kelly.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. Okay. Okay. So we need to get rid of Justin Bieber. He's got to go back. Celine Dion has to go back. Bryan Adams has to go back. We keep the Stanley Cup because LA won it. So
No,
we keep the, they can
Somebody's
keep the
listening, Bronwyn.
Yes.
You don't understand the physics of earmuffs.
That's right.
So and as a bonus, when Justin Bieber goes back, we can make them take Selena Gomez. We'll give them as a bonus Miley Cyrus. We'll give them as a bonus Britney Spears.
And we will
Paris
make Betty White a Canadian citizen and send her unfunny ass over the border too.
Right. And Kim Kardashian.
No. Betty White is a beautiful woman and a national treasure, Kelly.
She's going to Canada.
So
I know we're having a sidebar here, and so I clearly didn't hear any of that because, obviously. And I honestly, I can't even blame you for wanting to send back Bieber, although can we maybe have, as part of the negotiations, a neutral island? I don't even, you know what? It doesn't even have to be neutral. He can go to Baffin Island. Nobody goes there. That's okay.
If you take Detroit, you get Zug Island as part of it.
No,
okay, all right. We'll take Bieber back because I do apologize for that. I mean, I am Canadian. Oh, gosh, I'm really sorry. Having said that, you guys have got to keep your own Kardashians. We don't want any part of that.
Okay. Well. First of all, I'm going to up the ante because not only are you going to get Detroit, but you're going to get the whole lower peninsula of Michigan. We'll give you that whole thing, so you get Detroit, you get Grand Rapids, you get General Mills, you get Kellogg's, all the cereal companies and the stuff that's out there.
Mackinac Island's in that deal too, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I believe so. So they can have the lower. They can have the lower peninsula.
And in order to do that, I will take Celine Dion and Bryan Adams because again, sorry. But I will.
Wait, hold on. And I forgot Neil Young. You got to take Neil Young back.
No, we are not. Neil's got.
I'm never taking Neil Young, but I would also like to take Tom Waits then too.
No, whoa. Tom Waits was never on the table.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was a little upset with Neil Young there, but I'll trade Neil Young for Tom Waits.
I love my Tommy though. I don't know. I'm sorry. I want to get something besides Detroit out of this.
Send Rush, which to me is the Betty White of rock and roll, to Canada and keep Neil Young.
Rush?
Yeah, I'm saying.
No. Rush is not on the team. We're keeping Rush. We're keeping
Betty White of rock and roll. Everybody thinks they're good, but they're not.
No, we keep Rush. You take Alanis Morissette.
Fair, okay. But then we also take Scarlett Johansson and the Ryans.
Okay, well, what's the other one that does the music for the ASPCA commercial?
Gore.
Sarah McLaughlin.
Sarah McLaughlin. Sarah
Join the
McLaughlin.
band.
And Shania Twain. You got to take
Taker,
Shania
Taker.
Twain back, too.
Yeah, I apologize for that as well. I very much apologize for the entire Vegas lineup. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I would. You can take them, but we will allow photos of Shania and Scarlett Johansson to still cross the border.
That's creepy.
Asking for a
But,
friend.
okay,
Asking for a
having
friend.
said all of this, you guys, there needs to be a small reckoning. I'm good with negotiations so far, but there needs to be a small reckoning for a few things. One, we are not taking Miley. There is no chance. I'm sorry. You guys deserve that.
You know what? I accept Miley Cyrus.
Well,
Alright.
Bronwyn, you could always take Miley just to make us happy and send her to Montreal.
No, I want to keep Miley.
I'll consider that.
No, I'll keep Miley Cyrus.
Wait, hold on. We got Mike. We got Kelly.
Got Kelly.
Point of order, and this is Kelly, who surprisingly is doing an undick weedy thing. Laura, you were trying to say something a little earlier, and we traipsed over you. Wanted to give you an opportunity to, because we're a little louder, if you wanted to kind
Yeah,
of
I
get
boosted
something
up the
out.
audio too.
All I said was I wanted Bryan Adams.
Oh.
You want to keep Bryan Adams?
I like Bryan Adams. Let's keep him.
Okay, so we're gonna have to send.
Laura
if-
gets Bryan Adams. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm on board.
If he gets Bryan Adams, we're gonna have to send him down south, though. He's gonna have to go down
Okay.
south. He can't come
That's
anywhere
good.
near.
Hey, Mike, can I negotiate a timeshare with Tom Waits? I'll timeshare Rush.
All right, I think we can maybe work it out. Work it out.
Okay.
All right,
now-
here's the thing, and this is for real. I'm trying to come to Canada later this year. The State Department is blocking me from getting a passport because I'm on a watch list. This is not a joke at all.
Yeah,
If you
it's
can
not
convince-
surprising either.
Not at all surprising. This is 100% real. I have letters from the State Department. If you can convince the State Department to give me my fucking passport, we can do a timeshare.
Well, okay, so here's the deal. You should be able to go to Canada without a passport with just the driver's license, but if you've been convicted of a felony within the last 10 or 12 years, you will not be able to cross the border into Canada.
There's
Those
no,
American years, too.
unfortunately, there's no more border crossing with just license anymore. It's
Oh,
all
you have-
passport.
You need a passport?
Yep.
Bastards. So
I know, it's
how
horrible.
how is Celine Dion getting back in?
I don't know.
Upper Dakota. When they're a state, we don't need passports.
It's okay. You guys are going to make a lovely 14th province or territory. We'll even let you pick which one you want.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So okay, so let's keep track. Okay, so
Okay.
we get
no.
Rush.
Oh, no. We still need a small reckoning for one or two things. A, Duck Dynasty.
We'll keep Duck Dynasty. We'll
You
keep
can
Duck-
have Duck Dynasty. Wait, why are we?
No, she
Because I'm
just-
Canadian, eh? Honey Boo Boo.
We'll keep
All
her.
right, you know what? You can say a lot of negative things about America. You can talk about our president, our political parties, our economy, the scam that is our, healthcare system and education, but you can't talk bad about Honey Boo Boo.
In all fairness, I couldn't pick Honey Boo Boo out of a crowd.
So,
But when I took the poll at work today, a very brief, very informal poll of if you had to pick one pop culture thing that you blame the United States for, what would it be? Honey Boo Boo came second.
Oh.
so I saw one episode of Honey Boo Boo, and if you guys aren't familiar with what it is, it's a spin-off of a show called Toddlers and Tiaras.
Oh, gross. Are you
Which-
serious?
Yes.
I'm 100% real, and it's basically a show designed for pedophiles. So when I saw the one episode that I saw of Honey Boo Boo, I imagined the staff meeting at the network, and I said this out loud. I was like, someone came into the network one day and went, hey, you know that pedophile show? How can we make that a lot less classy?
Mike,
And Firefly was canceled? This is horrifying.
I'm going to disagree with you, only for the fact that I've watched Toddlers and Tiaras with my kids,
Okay.
and no
With the
jokes
old
about
with my
using the
kids
kids'
thing
nails.
again.
Don't use that, okay? And the thing is, what this pathetic show is, it's the same thing as Dance Moms, as these older women living through their kids, like these older women with young kids pushing them into these pageants and making them dress up and they look like little hookers in some
And
cases.
this
Yeah,
is called
it's
television.
girls whose ages are single digits dressed like strippers.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
Pedophile.
about. But
this is horrifying.
there was one episode that we saw where there was one dad who was a seamstress, and he made all of the clothes for his kid. And if that closet door opened and he ever decided to come out of that closet, not that there's a problem of being gay, but there was no way that this guy was straight. And it was just amazing. I've seen it a couple of times. Honey Boo Boo, the first season was pretty funny, but then after a while you realize that they're just going out and doing things to do them because they need to do something so they could film it. They ran out of stuff to do.
You've literally just looked deeper into Honey Boo Boo than anyone ever has.
Well,
And
Like, you know, they
you
kept
guys
it real the first season, and then after that, they sold out.
That's
Yeah,
like
well,
the
no,
classic
no,
Honey
no, no,
Boo
no.
Boo.
they didn't say they sold out, but how many times are they going to cut to a picture where the kid thinks that nobody's watching, so she sticks her finger in her nose? Every episode, they had a scene where she's picking her nose. The mother is farting, or scratching herself in an area where most women wouldn't do that in public.
Basically, what you're saying is they put the ass in class.
Let's put it this way: this is white trash putting the ass in class.
Yeah, you guys can keep that because I hold you responsible for that one.
We'll keep it.
And
Pretty
if
much
we're
the whole
keeping Rush,
reality television thing.
I just want an asterisk on Rush. If we're having Rush, because I think they suck. So just Kelly,
Okay.
keep Rush on our list. But
Rush.
a little asterisk. Kelly thinks they suck.
Sidebar,
Who doesn't
sidebar.
like Rush?
Sidebar. Kelly, don't fuck with Rush, right?
They suck. I hate them.
No, they don't. No, they
They're no
don't.
good.
Have you ever seen them live?
Why would
Have
I
you-
want to go see somebody who sucks live?
Okay, no, they don't suck. And if you haven't seen them live, then go fuck yourself, all right?
Wait, have you ever listened to Tom Sawyer while acting as a cardinal?
I have not.
See, it changes your perception of the song.
That actually, a better song to be a cardinal and listen to might be Red Barchetta or YYZ, but everything subdivisions and prior is pretty good.
Okay.
You might want to explain
we'll
to Bronwyn what that means, the cardinal thing.
Well, during a break, why don't you let her know?
Okay, sidebar done. I don't get my asterisk apparently.
Hey, listen.
As
we-
long
we-
as I get,
listen,
as long as I get
listen,
your
we didn't put
disgusting
Alice
from
Cooper on the table. We didn't, give up Alice Cooper. So why can't we?
We'll never give up Alice Cooper.
That's right.
No.
That's right, fake
And I
Alice
wouldn't
Cooper
ask
fan, Mike. That's right.
But
I
after
actually
last,
saw Alice Cooper live for the first time.
My
And
dad
after-
said Alice Cooper was one of his absolute favorite concerts.
and after last week, Mike might want to give up Motley Crue.
Yeah, Motley Crue was pretty disappointing.
Aww.
And
Alice
Alice
Cooper was
Cooper
great, though.
opened up for Motley Crue.
Which is a gross injustice, if ever there was one.
Seriously, I'm not sure how that happened.
And it was really, really sad because the venue was like maybe half full for Alice Cooper's set.
Oh, and just sort of on the topic of musicians, though, I would like to insist that we keep Leonard Cohen.
Okay.
Yeah. And because he belongs in Canada for any number of reasons, not the least of which is that several years ago he won a Juno, which is our music awards, for Best Canadian Male Vocalist of the Year. And he got up and did his acceptance speech, and he said, "I'm very, very honored to receive this award, but I have to be honest, only in Canada could I get Best Male Vocalist." And I mean, you just gotta love the man for that. He's a hell of a poet, but maybe not the singer that deserves Best Male Vocalist. Still, an incredible
All right,
talent.
Tony's giving us the 5-finger colon punch. So we're going to take a quick break here. You're listening to SnarkALec Radio on Live 365's Loud and Loaded, and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. SnarkALec Radio, Live 365's Loud and Loaded, episode 77. I say that with authority. I'm 100% sure that's the number. With us tonight, as always, Tony Solo, Kelly Toole, our first-time guest, Bronwyn, who I'm sure will be back many, many times, because obviously this Canada thing is going to take quite a bit of debate. And we have an extra special guest, Laura, who's here mostly just to call Kelly a dickweed.
Which is an incredibly important role.
It is.
I have a game later. We're going to play a game.
She's the one in charge of the game.
Every answer is going to be dickweed, and every question is going to be, what is Kelly?
Only if the answer is you.
That's right.
Okay, so can I recap what we've got so far?
And I just want to say, this is the remainder of that $4 bottle of wine from the weekend, and this really held up. It's worth putting that extra $1 when you're buying wine.
Is that
not a connoisseur, but
is that the Sacramento wine there?
Yes.
Yeah, where's the paper bag? Did you leave it with the wimple?
It's actually still here. I just didn't want to repeat myself.
Okay. There's a great... Mike, why don't you tell the story, because I don't know if Kelly and Laura know what happened with you getting your costume.
My costume from when I was on Dylan's show?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so we were going to do this gender reverse episode. And I didn't have a whole lot of time because I am a terrible planner with certain things like that. So I'm like, I have plenty of time. And then like a week before the show, I'm like, holy shit, it's next weekend. So I was trying to think of something I could do. So the first thing that popped into my head naturally, because I just think it fits well with my personality, would be to be a nun. And for anyone who doesn't know, I am an ordained minister, and I am legally registered with my state and everything. And the reason I did it for the right reasons, though, before anyone's offended, it was to sell Reverend Mike T-shirts and not pay taxes on them. So on the front it said, "Who's your Reverend?" And on the back there was a picture of me, and it said Reverend Mike. So God's work, obviously. And
I think you should change that to Sister Mary Dirtbag. That's just me, though.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do a gender reverse, then it just seemed like a natural thing that I would be a nun. And it also, like, I've seen a million nun Halloween costumes, so I figured this is gonna be incredibly easy to find and really cheap. And it turns out that when I looked around, an actual nun's habit was significantly cheaper than the Halloween costume version. So what I bought and wore was an actual nun's habit. The legitimate
You're going
thing.
for authenticity.
Yeah, so, because that was, the audience would know. I felt like the audience would know if it wasn't authentic. It wasn't because it was like $20 cheaper. It was because I knew that the audience would know. They could tell the difference. What's disturbing to me, though, is I didn't realize until it came, and I was reading the sizes on the back, it was a woman-sized habit, which, sort of makes sense when you think about it. The part that was interesting to me, though, is I do not have a small head, and that fit perfectly. So there are some disturbing nuns out there.
Well, it has to go over all of their hair, too, right?
There you go. There's that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
There you go. But you didn't mention the biggest win of the. By the way, Mike, it was a good look. It really it was good.
I'm just saying, if it was a different place and a different time, and I was willing to walk away from the convent, you're saying we could have had something.
I'm saying, particularly given the options there, because Dylan, I still have nightmare. Dylan makes. I don't know what that was that Dylan was, but it was truly.
Did you see the picture I tweeted? I did a side-by-side Dylan with Dee Schneider from Twisted Sister.
Exactly. I didn't see that, but that was pretty close.
It was actually pretty close.
Yeah. Our big win was that Mike didn't buy the sexy nun Halloween costume because.
Well, first off, I disagree that I wasn't sexy as a nun.
I don't know. I feel like Brienne found some good costumes for you there, Mike.
Brienne found amazing costumes, and honestly, if I had seen those, one of those may have been my costume. But
I'm particularly fond of the one with the X's, or the crosses, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I still have to say, though, that even though I was sort of traditionally dressed, there was a certain smoldering sexuality to it.
Yeah. I was expecting you to be wearing garters and heels under that, that's for sure.
I mean, I'm wearing garters and heels now, so that's just a pretty standard part of my uniform.
Yeah, it makes Mike feel pretty, so.
I feel pretty.
Actually, my toenails are always painted. That's real. So, because it makes me feel pretty.
You'll have to come over for a pedicure when you make it to Canada.
So I had my first I always just paint my toenails. I've never done like the official pedicure thing.
With,
So I
like,
had my
spray
first
paint or what?
pedicure recently. What?
With like spray paint?
No, nail polish. But I don't go and have like the professional pedicure done.
Okay.
So I went to have my first pedicure recently. So I posted on Facebook for people's suggestions for color and everything. And I went with Pat Briggs because I felt like he knows.
I know.
And,
I even contributed to that conversation, and no.
Yes. And I went with a metallic. I didn't choose yours, but I went with Pat's. And they didn't exactly have what he wanted, but I went similar. I found something pretty similar. I hated the experience of getting a pedicure. Hated
It's a little getting used to having somebody touch your feet.
It was everything. Everything about it. Well, first off, I'm about 2 feet too tall for those chairs. So my wife is next to me in the chair next to me, and of course her feet fit exactly where they're supposed to, which is right behind my knee, which is where the footrest was. So right there, and of course the woman who's doing it, my wife is a small woman, and the woman who was doing my pedicure was half her size. So it looked like my 3-year-old nephew
just to put this in
holding my
perspective,
foot.
Jen is about a little bit more than half Mike's size in height. Okay, so this lady was about maybe 2.5 feet tall, is what he's saying.
This was a hobbit child that was doing my pedicure, and I don't know like what language she was speaking, but somehow Jen understood every word of it. But I had no idea what she was saying.
Now,
She would say something, and she stopped speaking to me directly. She would just speak to me through my wife. It was just a really weird experience, and I didn't like any of it.
There's a nail place that I've walked by in.
Sure, walked by.
Yeah, with his daughters.
There's a nail place that I hear is good.
Well, anyway, the point I was going to make is if you just walk by a nail place and the fumes that come out of the, it's like being a cardinal, and electing the Pope. You get a contact rush from the stink in there. So,
I know, his hands are pretty well put together.
So
I don't know anything about it. Now he's covering his nails. Like, I don't know anything about that.
Short exposure times, I bite my nails. But short exposure times is probably not bad. But the little hobbit chick that was in there doing your wife, Okay. I'm sorry. Jen, I'm going to apologize, Jen. Jen, if you're listening, sorry I said that because that makes Mike sound like a cuckold, but we're not going to go there.
Not the only thing it does there, Tony, but go ahead.
Mike, when that little hobbit was doing your wife,
That's a very
I just happened to be walking by, taking the fumes in.
For the 6th time.
Why does that man keep on walking back and forth? I don't know. Oh, look. Is that a banana in his pocket, or is he just happy to see us? Don't know.
By the way, real quick, side piece update. We already had one of Mike's side pieces, Pat Briggs, come up as a consultant on the toes. But breaking news on Twitter, John McGevna is sharing it out. Helena McGevna, Mike's other side piece, would like to become part of the exchange between the United States and Canada. So that's a trade up because Helena's actually very cool. So you can Canada's winning big with that. So
okay.
She's willing to defect?
It appears she's. That's
it's
what
her
her husband
says.
says.
A lot more difficult because that thing about the passport's real. So
I think she's worried about hobbits doing her. I don't know.
I mean, if that's what you think normally happens in my life, according to Tony.
Well, he's the one who knows you, right? I mean, he's been to your house.
Right. So he knows what's up with the hobbits doing my wife.
Yeah.
Rand's head and shit. So can I recap real quick? So Rush, we're keeping up to, even though Kelly is not happy with that. We're keeping the Stanley Cup because it's ours. LA won.
I never conceded the Stanley Cup.
Oh, wait, hold on. Then we got to LA won it. Okay? Right now, LA's got the Stanley Cup. We're keeping it. We're not bringing it back. We're not.
That one's going to be a timeshare.
Celine Dion, you got to take back. Justin Bieber, you got to take back. Avril Lavigne, we didn't bring her up. We talked about Shania Twain.
But you guys keep the Kardashians.
Okay, we'll keep the Kardashians. Shania Twain.
Yeah,
and Selena Gomez goes with the Biebs. So you're taking the Biebs back.
Only if we get a deserted island. Because I don't want to.
No, you can have. We're giving you Michigan, the Lower Peninsula.
That's right. So it's a designated island, in which case, yes, no problem.
Right, but he cannot be on the Lower Peninsula. An island off the Lower Peninsula is fine. But
yeah, he can go on Zug Island. That's a part of Detroit, but is
no power, no
Wi-Fi, no nothing.
Right,
Got it.
Exactly.
I feel like a bunch of them need to be on this island. I feel like this
he cannot have access to Wi-Fi. He'll just get back on YouTube and do it all again.
Yeah, no, that's not okay.
We're gonna chain Brian Adams in Laura's basement.
Yes.
Duck Dynasty, we're gonna keep.
Yes.
Honey Boo Boo, we're gonna keep.
Yes.
Stanley Cup. You can keep the Hockey Hall of Fame, and you can keep the National Hockey League, the teams that play in Canada. You can keep those. You can keep the Grey Cup. You can keep that up there.
Grey Cup.
Anything that you don't want. But something that we didn't bring up.
I should throw something.
Okay, having said all of that, we keep all of the awesome Canadian hockey players too then.
You can. You can. You can.
As a Chicago fan, I'm going to say no.
Right?
No. Oh, you're going to say no. You're going to say no.
No, we need to keep a few of those.
No, I'm sorry. If you guys are not going to timeshare the Stanley Cup, you don't get any Canadians to play.
That's okay. We'll take the Swedes and we'll get the Russians. We'll just give them money and they'll come over
they'll
here.
keep beating you in the Olympics.
Anyway, William Shatner, we're keeping him. Forgot to bring him up.
National
No.
treasure.
Whoa. Shatner.
Wait. So, Tony, do you consult with any of us before you make these decisions?
We're supposed to sidebar, and you're not sidebarring. You're throwing Rush out.
We get Nathan Fillion, we keep the Ryans, we keep Scarlett.
No. We'll keep William Shatner, and we'll give you George Takei. That's an even swap.
Actually, no, that's okay. I'm all right with that.
and we want Leslie Nielsen.
Ooh, you're gonna have to give me some words for Leslie.
That's like a post-trade thing because he's dead, right?
Yeah, that's a post. That's a post. So we keep
Oh.
Shatner. You get George Takei.
Yeah, I can do that. We can do that.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Kids in the hall.
For these-
The kids in the hall. You take them back.
Oh yeah, we keep Kids in the Hall for sure.
Okay, good. But we get Dan Aykroyd.
No. Whoa. No.
Wait, hold on. You don't want
I'll
Dan
give
Aykroyd?
up Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, I'll give Aykroyd up for Kids in the Hall.
No, no, sorry, honey.
No. We don't want the kids in the hall. We don't want.
How about half the kids in the hall?
Quick, Jerry, get out of the box before the birds peck your eyes out.
Wait, hold on. Should we sidebar with this? Okay, sidebar. Do we want Pamela Anderson?
Well,
No.
we can cut the Shania Twain picture site kind of deal with Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson, you guys can keep the tits. How's that?
Stay out of our sidebar, Canadian.
Yeah, really, you're supposed to go earmuff. Jim Carrey. They got to take Jim Carrey back.
Yeah, you can take Jim
No
Carrey.
argument.
Okay,
I'm good with
Jim
that.
Carrey. Okay, so we're Jim Carrey. He's got
You
to go
can
back.
even take what's her name? Who was that
Betty
woman he
White.
was married to?
Betty
What?
White.
You have to stop subjecting us to Jersey Shore.
Mike Myers. They got to take Mike Myers back too.
Yeah, we can do that.
Even though I'm on the fence with him, I'm on the
Pretty
fence
much
with Mike
all
Myers.
Saturday Night Live.
But that's
We'll keep-
a win.
Is there any way I can get Kids in the Hall back?
I think half of them. I think we can get half. It's like a tick
No,
program.
Kids in the Hall. I'm pretty firm. Well, no, because if you are firm with the timeshare on Tom Waits, I'll be generous and I'll share Kids in the Hall with you.
Timeshare.
All right,
Okay.
that seems perfectly fair.
Okay. Well. We'll keep SCTV. So, okay, sidebar, guys. James Cameron. Do we want to keep him or do we want to give him up?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now,
He
two
made
other names.
2.5 good movies 25 years ago.
Okay. How about Seth Rogen and Michael Cera? Do we want to give them up? I'm willing to give them up. No,
I'll keep Rogan if you take Sarah.
Oh no, I'd rather Rogan.
Of course you'd rather Rogan. That's why I said Rogan first.
Exactly.
But if we throw in Betty White,
I do like
That's
Betty
not,
White.
that's not sweetening the pot, though. I don't
Everybody
think.
but Kelly loves Betty White.
Okay, so I'm about to fist you, but here's the twist. Bronwyn, you've been
Fist with a
not been
twist.
to dinner yet, and I think my boyfriend would have a problem with this.
Well, you've been claimed. You've been claimed, so you should be negotiating in good faith for the United States of America. Because not only did I claim you for SnarkAlec Radio, but I claimed you for this. We want Bronwyn.
Woo.
We get Bronwyn in this whole deal.
Well, I
Yeah,
am.
Dylan? We're
That's
going to
the
give
twist.
Canada Dylan
And they get Dylan. We give Dylan up to Canada.
in drag. Dylan in drag goes to Canada.
In drag. He's got to be in drag.
That was worth seeing, guys. Come on.
It was
So-
worth seeing, but still. Do you think that's enough to avert the war?
I think
Bronwyn's-
so. I think these are very successful first step peace talks.
Okay, so we're going to have to continue this because there might be some more work that has to be done.
I feel like the negotiations have a good flow so far. I feel like we're in a good place.
Okay, so Mike, maybe we should take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into the game.
Okay, that sounds good. We're going to take a quick break here on SnarkAlec Radio. Kelly is screen punching right now, so I'm going to screen punch him. Are we virtual fist bumping? Is that what's happening?
There we go.
I think.
All right, everybody, virtual fist bump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great radio.
Awesome radio. So
And
for
great
anybody, because you guys
negotiations.
can't see it right now, I'm taking 4 fists.
Woo!
And on that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on SnarkAlec Radio on Live 365's Loud and Loaded. And we're back on SnarkAlec Radio on Live 365's Loud and Loaded. We are here with Kelly, Tony, our very special guest from the land of Canada, Bronwyn, and of course, Laura.
That wasn't very nice. Just, of course, Laura.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike. Step it up.
Yeah, after a very successful, and it is successful because I believe both parties feel that they got what they wanted through these negotiations so far.
Get rid of Betty
Feels
White.
pretty good so far.
Okay, we're going to have to pick these up again maybe in a month or so, but Laura was nice enough to come up with a game for us, right?
I did. This is a game of SnarkAlec's tweets of the summer. I'm going to read you some tweets. You have to guess who said it. It's going to be multiple choice, so it should be easy for you. Are y'all ready?
Well, I just got to give me 1 second, Laura. I'll be right back so you can talk about me for a second.
Okay.
Kelly, and we're
Laura-
not. This is awful for the show because we're probably gonna have to say something about it later when we're off the air. Did he tell you about Dylan?
No.
No. Okay.
Tell me.
We'll follow up. No, it's for Kelly.
Just have to get a beverage.
Okay. So. Okay. So,
That's a weird version
Bronwyn?
of the monkey dance.
so Bronwyn, in Canada, do they have multiple choice?
Oh.
No.
No.
We even have number 2 pencils.
Okay.
do we have- Laura, do you have a point system already set up?
I do. I have a K, a M, a T, and a B.
Okay.
Now, are you judging on the metric system for the points there?
Only
No.
for that
No.
means it's going to be bigger.
I don't know the metric system.
Okay.
It's just tens. That's all it is. It's easy. Tens.
It's true.
How hard is that?
So
Tens.
each question
I
is going
have
to be
to-
2 points.
Each question is 2 points.
10 points.
And is are we
points.
grading on a scale for dickweeds?
1 point if the dickweed gets it right.
1 point if the dickweed gets away. Oh, okay, that's cool. Like
That's
that.
awesome. This is about typically how
okay.
these games go. That's fine. That's fine.
Are y'all ready for the first one?
Yes.
Okay, the first one was said while listening to SnarkAlec Radio. Holy crap! I started the hashtag dildo centipede, and now Twitter is urging me to follow Bill Clinton. Was that Myrna, Pinky, or Dawn?
Wait, I know this. Who gets the answer?
Do we all get to
Y'all
answer?
go
We all
however
get to
y'all want.
answer.
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all
I'm
go.
gonna
I'll
say
let you go
Dawn.
first, Mike.
All right, I'm gonna say it was Pinky.
I'm gonna say Dawn.
Okay.
I was going to say Dawn.
I'm going to say Dawn as well.
Okay, the only person that got it right was Mike.
Ah,
Right.
go, Frankie.
So he's
Okay,
got
the
10
next
points.
one.
If there's one thing I know about
Okay,
it's
here's-
dildo centipedes.
This is why you don't have a passport.
Okay.
This might be a part of it.
Okay, this one, I don't know when it was said, but it is. Geez, you can poke somebody's something with that thing. Was it Lee, Myrna, or Lisa Marie?
That sounds like a Myrna one. I'm going to say Myrna.
Is there
Okay.
an order? Is there an order here?
I guess not. Just shout
Kelly,
out.
go.
I'm
Kelly.
gonna go with Lisa Marie.
Okay, Mike.
I'm gonna go Myrna on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Bronwyn.
Yeah, I think Myrna.
Okay, none of y'all got that right. That was Lee.
Really?
Okay, the next one. This was said during the Defiance. Prison bars hand job. Was that said by Scott McDonald, T. Scott Brave, or N.J. Kahn?
Ooh.
Kelly, you go first.
I'm gonna say Scott McDonald.
Okay, Mike.
I'm gonna say Scott McDonald also, but this one's really hard because there was a lot of hand job talk going around that night.
No pun intended, right?
Okay, Bronwyn.
I'm gonna go T. Scott Brave Boy just to mix it up a little.
Okay, and Tony.
I'm going MJ Khan.
Okay,
Everybody
the only
had-
person that got that right was Bronwyn.
That does not sound like T. Scott Brave Boy. I would not.
That was him.
There was a lot of hand job. There was a lot of hand job things because he tried to get a hand job from Stama. He tried to get a hand job from Doc Ewell.
And we had that whole hand job conversation on the show about what constitutes a hand job.
Yeah, real glowing moment for us.
Yes.
Oh,
That's the one that's gonna get us the Peabody Award, I think.
It's probably the one that's keeping you out of Canada, Mike.
Could be that too.
Okay, question number 4. This was said during Dominion. And since y'all are on the air during Dominion, I don't know if y'all will be able to get this. Man butt. Okay, things are looking up.
MJ Khan.
Kelly
Was that
Toole.
said? Let me give you the choices.
You should penalize
Was it?
both of them. Laura, penalize them. Take points away.
Okay. Okay, well, they don't have any points to take away.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, was that AJ, Dawn Snarks, or Karen Murray?
Ooh, I'll go AJ then.
Yeah, I gotta go AJ on that one.
Okay, I'm gonna go Dawn just to be contrary.
I'll go with the Canadian. Let's just say Dawn.
Y'all all got it wrong. It was Karen Murray.
Perfect.
Y'all are
I
very
really
good
feel
at
like
this.
Kelly was
Something,
at
Laura.
least thinking
Not
about
only do
that.
you have good things, but your multiple choice is tricky too.
I like it.
Well, I did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
let me-
You threw AJ in there.
This is
Why?
awesome.
Because it had man butt, right?
That's right. Okay, so far the score is Mike with 2 and Bronwyn with 2.
Woo!
So that
Nobody
means
else has anything.
Kelly and I diddly
You have
doo squat crap.
0.
Perfect.
Longest
I think
is
Bronwyn, to continue the peace talks, you have to give me your 2 points.
What are you gonna give me for that?
Nothing. Just we're gonna balance it out.
Negotiate.
Okay.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. This one was said by who? I feel like a marshmallow that just came out of an elephant's ass. Was that?
That's me after
Tony?
every show.
Was it Tony, Dylan, or Mike?
I'm
gonna give the answer last.
I I feel like him putting his hand up in the air, like, "Oh, it was me," might be giving it away a little. Although it might wouldn't say.
He's actually enthusiastic about one of his own tweets. That doesn't seem likely. I'm gonna go Tony then.
Okay. Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Tony, I guess, as well. He seemed too excited.
He was pretty thrilled.
Of course, anytime.
Okay, Bronwyn?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Tony.
What was the last choice? What were the choices again, Laura?
The choices were Tony, Dylan, or Mike.
I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Tony. I said it.
Okay. Y'all all got that right.
Yes, I'm on the board.
Yeah. Next time I should not do that if one of my tweets comes up.
That would be wise.
Yeah, that was me! That was me!
My tweet made it into the game! My tweet made it in! Not rookie cards here, people!
The only thing that could have been holding back.
Receive a rookie card! Be dialing!
I don't get those jokes, but...
Okay, the next one was said during the last ship. That 5-inch comes in handy. Was that said by me, Scott McDonald, or Holly Wilson?
Ooh.
I remember reading that one, too.
I really had my fingers crossed hoping Kelly was one of the options.
I don't know. I'm torn between you and Holly on this one, Laura.
I'm going Laura.
I'm going Laura, because if I was making a game like this, I'd put one of my tweets in it.
Yeah. Especially if it's a good tweet like that.
Kelly?
I'm gonna go Holly. I gotta try and make ground somehow.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Kelly.
And Bronwyn, who are you going to go with?
Yeah, I'm torn, but I think I'm gonna go with Kelly on that one and go Holly.
Okay, it was me!
Yay! I got more points than Kelly. That all that counts.
Yes, you do. In the lead right now is Mike with 6 points.
How bad?
Okay. Okay, the next one is... It isn't Big Brother, just basically under the dome with less pink stars.
Oh, this was on Monday. This was Monday.
Was that said by Lisa Marie Bowman, Doug Close, or Kurt Zellner?
Well, Poker Face Tony knows who this is too, so I'm just wondering if he could go first.
No, I'm not going first. I'm pretty sure I know who this is.
Yeah,
I do want to play poker with Tony.
Yeah, I think it would be a very profitable evening.
No, it would not.
Two aces.
No, it would not.
Yeah, I can tell. Oh crap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Doug Close.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go Doug Close as well.
And if you follow Twitter, this makes it a really tough answer.
What were the options again, Laura?
Lisa Marie Bowman, Doug Close, or Kurt Zellner?
I'm going to go with Lisa Marie Bowman.
Hey, can I change my answer? Because Lisa's a big Brother fan.
Go ahead and change your answer.
I'm going to change my... Yeah, because I'm going to probably get it wrong now. Okay, I'm going to go Lisa. I'm going to go Lisa, too.
I'm going Doug Close.
Damn!
It was Doug!
Lisa is a big Brother fan. That's why that was a trick question.
That's why I had her in there.
Kelly, you know better than to change your answer to multiple choice. Go with your first instinct.
You're right. You're right.
One more question, then we take a break and we do a couple more, and then we wrap up.
Okay, this was said to Tony during SnarkALec Radio. Never beg for it, boss. You got to act cool to get a lot of booze. Was that said by John McGivna, Holly Wilson, or Dylan?
Oh my God, Mike, you're killing me.
What is that face, Mike?
I think I know who it is.
I'm gonna go Holly.
Okay, Kelly, you go first.
Well, Bronwyn already went.
Sorry, I'm super bad at standing in line.
It's fine.
I didn't hear her answer. What was it?
I said Holly.
Was she right, Laura?
Okay. Kelly?
Worth a shot. Almost cut her. I will also go with Holly.
Tony?
I'm gonna have to say Holly on that one too.
Yeah. You're going to say Holly?
I'm
Yeah.
going
Tony?
John McGivna. Because I think it was John that said it.
It was John that said it.
Ah, no!
Poker? You want to play poker with me?
Damn it!
Wow, you remembered a tweet you were directed, and I'm impressed.
And I didn't telegraph the answer, did I?
From now on, nobody's allowed to say boss, but Holly, because that's what threw me off.
Me too.
He's not the only one that's...
Okay, before you go to break, the person in the lead right now is Tony with eight points. Tie between Mike and Bronwyn with 6, and Kelly at 2.
This is the SnarkALec Radio Show on Live 365's Loud and Loaded channel, and we'll be right back with a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. We'll be right back. Hey,
And we're back.
Oh,
I'm
hey.
sorry, my job was outsourced. Okay.
Yes, it was. Go ahead, Mike.
No.
Hey,
I'm
this
only
is the
the host.
SnarkALec
You
Radio
go,
Show on
Tony.
Live 365's Loud and Loaded channel. There's a lot of noise here on the channel tonight, but we're getting wacky and wild with this wackadoodle game that's called Snarks, that may, tweets that may have been snarked on the SnarkALec Radio Show or the people on it. So let's get back to Laura and this amazing game that she's come up with. Laura, take it away.
Okay, the next question. This was during one of the movies. That's for you, Kelly.
No.
That's for
Laura,
you.
It's actually
radio
an
show?
excellent
So-
game.
so
I'm
giving-
bitter because I'm performing so badly, but it's a fantastic game. It really is.
Flipping the bird does not work on the radio. That's why whenever you want to say something in a derogatory manner towards Kelly, you just need to say dickweed, and everybody will know that it's addressed to him.
Okay, dickweed. Next question. Okay, this was during a movie. I just took a bathroom break during the movie so I wouldn't miss the commercials. Was that tweeted by Lisa Marie Bowman, T. Scott Brave, or Patrick Smith? Tony, you go first this time.
I'm going to say Patrick. I think Patrick said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Patrick, my own self.
Kelly?
Patrick.
I'm gonna say Patrick because
And
everybody
Mike.
else said it.
Mike, do you have a new doll?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a new doll?
No, this is the same doll.
Oh, that's...
He just put a bonnet on it.
No, it's always had the bonnet. You're used to seeing it upside down, is what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's weirdly less creepy upside down.
Until I drink out of it.
No, even then, still creepier right side up.
Okay. This one was said about joining the SnarkALecs.
Did we get the answer to the last one?
It was Patrick.
Oh,
No, I got it right.
Yay,
It was
everybody got
Patrick.
it
Okay, this was said about joining the SnarkALecs. It's weird here. I think I'll stay. Was that said by Matt Foster, Patrick, or Barry?
I'm gonna guess Barry.
Okay, Bronwyn thinks it's Barry.
I was going to go Barry as well.
Mike?
I'm going to go Barry because Bronwyn said it, and if we're tied, I feel like we're on the same wavelength with these things.
Tony?
Matt.
Huh?
Matt. I'm pretty sure that was Matt.
It was Barry.
It was
It was Barry. Okay, I'm looking for, let me find some. Okay, here's one. I got in, and I may come back and sing and dance or do some magic. Was that said by Lisa Marie Bowman, Vicky Adesso, or Holly Wilson?
We haven't spoken
got
about Vicky
in.
Adesso.
I got in and may come back and sing and dance or do magic.
I'm going to say Vicky Adesso.
I'm going to
Kelly?
say Vicky Adesso, and then Vicky Adesso, and then Vicky Adesso, and then
Because
Vicky
we haven't
Adesso,
spoken
and then
enough
Vicky
about Vicky
Adesso.
Adesso tonight.
Because we say Vicky Adesso a lot on the show. We mentioned Vicky Adesso. So I'm going to say Vicky Adesso.
It's an excellent name to say. Vicky
It is.
Adesso.
Vicky Adesso. It is.
Vicky Adesso. I like that a lot.
Bronwyn, are you saying Vicky Adesso?
Well, I am enjoying saying Vicky Adesso.
Everybody
Oh,
enjoys saying Vicky Adesso.
But I think maybe
How
I'm
can you
gonna.
not
I think
enjoy
I'm
saying Vicky Adesso?
Marie just to mix it up a little.
It's almost saying Rachel Rigda is almost as good as saying Vicky Adesso, though.
Rachel Rigda. Well, that is fairly satisfying. But
She's a
Vicky
neighbor of
Adesso,
yours. She's from Australia.
an Aussie.
Mike, what's your guess?
I'm going to go with Vicky Adesso. Just
Vicky
rolls
Adesso?
off the tongue.
It really does. I really enjoy it. Vicky Adesso.
It was Vicky Adesso.
And we're keeping Vicky Adesso.
As long as I still
Okay.
get to
This was said about Kelly.
Dickweed.
say
Dickweed. Who said it?
You are
My answer
Dickweed.
was Norman.
No, this one is, you are a strange and wonderful man. Was that said by me, Mike, or Helena?
Oh.
I need to go last on this one.
Because you actually know?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't really make a difference if he gets this one right. I'm gonna
Said
go.
by a man who doesn't have a clue how to answer.
I'm gonna go with Helena on this one because I think that's.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Mike, because we haven't had a chance to guess Mike yet.
I'm
Mike,
going
who
to
you
go with
going
my
with?
side piece, Elena.
That's who I thought you were going with. Kelly!
I will also go with Helena, and I don't think Tony should get points since he didn't get her name right.
Why? What did I call her?
Everybody got it right, except for Bronwyn.
Alas. I like to spread it around.
Yes. Okay, let me find a really good one here.
Maybe 2 or 3 more, Laura. Maybe 3 more.
Looking for a good
Okay.
tweet, Laura. Search on @KELLYTHUL on Twitter, and there's just like boatloads.
Gold.
It's gold. It's like a gold mine.
Thanks, Dickweed.
Yeah.
Okay, this was said during Sharknado 2.
Yeah.
Ian.
Wait, hold
Ian-
on. Sharknado 2 was on like 20,000 times. And listen, I like saying Holly Wilson as well as the next guy does. Holly Wilson does roll off the tongue, but Vicky Adesso is just so much more fun to say. I'm sorry, Holly. But I like to say Holly Wilson or H. Wilson 2009, but Vicky Adesso just has a roll to
Got
it.
a real ring. Holly Wilson, though. That's a fun one to say, too. Lots of L's.
Yes. I really like her little pony though.
Whose pony? Holly Wilson's pony?
Yes.
Not Vicky Adesso's. Holly Wilson's.
Holly Wilson has her little pony.
Yeah, but Vicky
Tucker.
Odessa doesn't.
His name is Tucker because she took him to work and he got tuckered out.
That was Holly Wilson that did that.
Yes, Holly Wilson,
Not
not Vicky
Vicky
Odessa.
Odessa.
Or Rachel Rigda.
Are you sure? Sounds like something
Positive.
Rachel Rinker would do.
Well, everybody was going crazy over Tucker, though. But what was the question again? I'm sorry, Laura.
She's looking
I
up a
haven't
good
read
tweet.
it yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this one is from Sharknado 2. Ian's jabbed the shark with his woody. Was that said by James Graves, Crunch Ops, or David down in New Orleans? Kelly, go!
Oh, sounds a little bit James Gravy to me, so I'll go with James Grave.
Okay. Mike?
Since he worded it James Gravy, I'm going to have to go with that too, because that just sounds delicious.
That does sound good.
Now you just turned it. You made it hot, Mike, by saying that.
It was already hot, Tony.
You want to have hot gravy, man. You don't want cold gravy.
I'm going with James Graves Jr. on that one.
Okay. Bronwyn?
Well, I would love to jump on the gravy train.
You just lost one of your timeshares.
It's Tom
Yeah.
Waits.
You started the whole thing. You started the whole thing. You don't get to pull points now. I think I get bonus points for that one.
It was very good, yes.
Okay, well in that case, then I do have to jump on the gravy train. I'll join you.
Okay, it was not James. It was David down in New Orleans.
Ooh. And
See, we're all looking to get covered in James Gravy.
One can only hope.
Okay, let's see. Here's one.
And let's make this the last one. Let's make this the last one, Laura, because we got to wrap it up.
Okay. Okay.
For 2,000 points.
Okay, Dickweed, shut up. Okay.
Shut up, Dickweed.
Wait,
No.
I know that. Laura said that one.
Tell her to shut up. Tell the Canadian to shut up, huh? Come on, Laura. Come on, tough guy. Tell the Canadian to shut up. Come on.
Hey, we're trying to avert a war. Let's not
All
raise
right.
the tensions again.
Okay. No, his junk fell off in the toilet. He's a living Ken doll now. That was said during the strain. Was that Dylan, MJ Khan, or Karmic 9? Melissa?
Who's the first name?
Dylan.
Dylan. Okay.
I'm going to have to give a shout out to my Karmic 9 on that one. I don't know if it's even remotely something she would say, but I want to give her credit for that.
I talk to Mel a lot, and that junk is not frequently in her vocabulary. And I don't know.
I don't
heard her
care
say it.
I totally want her to have credit for this.
She didn't say it. She should have. Okay. Who was in between Dylan and Mel? What was
MJ Khan.
Yeah, I'm going to go with MJ Khan.
Okay. Mike?
I'm going to have to give Dylan some sweet man-on-man action here.
Woo!
None on lady.
You need to also answer the question, Mike.
Astute observation, Kelly.
Nice. I'm gonna go with MJ Khan. I did see Mel pop up in an episode of The Strain. I don't think she said that though. I know Dylan watches it. I'm going MJ Khan.
Okay, and Bronwyn, you're going with Mel?
Yep.
Okay, it was MJ Khan. Though Mel did say at the same time something about his jump, so I'm going to give you a point for that.
Nice.
Oh,
There was
Yes, I
double the
remember.
junk in the SnarkAlec community that night.
Okay, I'm going to add up the scores. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Let me
So
make it easy for you. Skip my column.
While Laura's,
Save some time.
while Laura's adding up the scores, next week we're going to have Yvette Vargas and I'm Not Greer Bishop back on. Dark Prophet, hey, hear the warning, got picked up for 10 episodes on a network. We're going to get all the details next week, but they were on back in June, end of June, early July, so that's really cool. Don't forget to hang out with the Bring Out Your Geek crowd, which Bronwyn is part of. Bronwyn, you are in line with Kelly as being only 2 people that have been on all 3 shows. Bring Out Your Geek, Dylan, and SnarkAlec Radio, and you're definitely coming back because you've been claimed.
Fantastic.
Bring Out Your Geek, Nurture and Support every Monday. Usually a new podcast comes out from Kelly and Melissa.
That would be Friday, but whatever.
What? It's
Actually
Friday? Because I
Friday,
don't see the tweets until Monday morning where you guys.
He's like, I don't listen to that shit.
No, piece of crap. I don't. Comes out, I think.
I think. Well, I see the tweets on Monday morning, so when I
Nurture
see
and
them,
suck. So,
that's right, Kelly. I'm trying to fucking promote your podcast, and you shit all over me. So Dylan Knows is going to be on Saturday at 4:00. Or about that, and Dylan's going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. Check out the website if you want to suggest any topics to us. Nobody's done it in the last month and a half because I haven't tweeted a link. So nobody goes to the website. And then when people go to the website, they're like, hey, guess what? This is missing. You want to know something? You haven't been there in 6 months. So don't complain about it. Every once in a while, Nurture and Support comes out. Just, it comes out.
maybe.
Whatever.
Don't forget to plug our other radio show, Tony.
Oh, yes. There's another show on the Loud and Loaded channel called Cockstars with Vex and Tony Viejo. And there's going to be more information coming out about the SnarkAlec movie, which, hey, Bronwyn, when we hang up, don't go nowhere because we got to talk to you for a second. And that's about it for wrapping up for next week, but we still need to find out that Tony was the winner for this week's game.
Tony was the winner for this week's game with 16 points.
Woo!
Let's see, Mike had 14, Kelly had 12, and Bronwyn had 11.
Hey, you were being really nice if you gave Kelly 12 points.
He earned them.
There we go.
I'm recounting. Yeah, he got 12.
Oh, man. Thank you for coming on in short notice, Laura. I wish it would have worked out better, but it was nice. It was nice having you.
It was fun.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And Bronwyn, thanks for being on. It was
Thank you
great.
for having me.
And we'll have you on again soon because we have to continue these peace talks. We'll have to find something else to. Maybe we'll have to talk about European crap to divvy up because we're going to conquer the world. Once we figure out the Canadian-U.S. thing, we're going to conquer the world. So we'll take it continent by continent, I guess.
I'm thinking civil union.
Yeah, you know, it'll be the empire of us, Canada.
Brainstorm. Mike can do the ceremony. He's ordained.
See? I like where this is going. Tax write-off.
Cool.
There we go.
And
Bear
breaking
your
news.
helmet.
And breaking news, if you haven't heard, Bronwyn has been claimed by SnarkAlec Radio. So there you go. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
You're not going to say good night, Kelly? Mike?
Good night, everyone.